This purpose of this video is to go over the Marking Period 4 Checkpoint project. So students, all of you have received this template in Google Classroom. Your job to complete this project is to go through and address each aspect of the template. So when you get this slide, this is the title slide, where it says student name. You're going to click on this and type your full name. Where it says class name, you are going to type your class. So maybe you take United States History 2, maybe you take AP Economics, maybe you take World History. You type the name of your class. And that finalizes your title slide for this project. The second slide in this project is your table of contents. There's nothing really for you to do here except to read the 4 things that you're going to be required to do. The first thing that you're going to be doing is a reflection. So on the reflection slide, you are going to respond to each question and really write like a 4 to 5 sentence experience about your COVID-19 quarantine experience. What has it been like? 4 to 5 sentences, authentic, almost if you are writing in a journal. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to find a quote that you find significant to the COVID experience, and you're going to cite that quote. The third thing that you're going to do is you're going to describe and show 2 personal achievements on that slide, and you're going to be specific. And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to have 4 goals that you have this summer and next school year. 4 very specific things that, based on your reflection, based on your personal growth, these are things that you want to do. So the first thing is the first thing that you're going to be taking a look at is your reflection. This is the reflection slide. Right here, you are going to write your 4 to 5 sentences explaining your personal quarantine experience. Tell me what life was like online learning. This is like a journal. This is if we were to use you as a primary source in a history class, 30, 40 years from now. Tell kids, tell people what was life like during this time period. So, maybe tell us a day in the life of your personal quarantine. 4 to 5 sentences. You are replacing this picture with a picture of you during quarantine. Maybe it's a picture of you during doing online learning. Maybe it's a picture of you hanging out with your siblings. Maybe it's a picture of you doing a quarantine activity. This is like a big symbol of your experience. So that's the first thing that you're going to be graded on. The second thing that you're going to be graded on is you're going to find a quote. A quote could be from a news article. A quote could be from a political leader, maybe a sports figure, maybe a celebrity, maybe someone locally in the town. You could find it on Twitter, you can find it on Instagram, you can find it on articles, you can find it, anywhere. A quote that you think really embodies, really talks about the COVID-19 experience. So like the reflection, this was sort of your words describing COVID-19, describing your experience, describing the quarantine. The quote is supposed to be somebody else, a political leader, a sports figure, a celebrity, someone you look up to, an entrepreneur, someone on social media, an influencer. So this is where you're putting the quote, and then cite the quote here. Just tell me who said it, okay? And if there was a specific date that they said it, that's all that you need to put there. So so-and-so's name. That is what you are putting here. That's what you're getting graded on. The next thing that you're going to get graded on is your personal achievements. the way that we can make the best out of this quarantine experience is if we have some kind of personal growth. For me, I have tried to design a couple of different arts and crafts activities for my toddler son, and I'm using these activities for that I can bond with him, but that's so that I can watch him grow with some of the key milestones that he's supposed to be making. So if I were doing this project, I would type in this section here. I would explain the kinds of arts and crafts that we're doing. We're doing a lot of baking. I would talk about like the little Oreo cookie truffles that we just made yesterday, and how he was learning about texture and molding things together. And I would say, as an achievement of mine is to kind of grow as a mother, to try to grow to help this little child reach some of their milestones. So I would type that in my explanation here. And then I would have a picture. Maybe I put the picture over here of us working on those Oreo truffles and doing that. Maybe another achievement, um, for me, I cleaned out my entire closet. I cleaned out my closet. I cleaned out some clothes that I just simply won't wear anymore, that I don't need, and that I think that I could donate, to reputable, um, you know, uh, people that would need it. Okay, foundations, organizations that would need it. So I would explain how I organized my closet. How it helped me grow, getting rid of clutter, what that does to stress and getting rid of it, and also feeling, hey, somebody else might need this more. And then I would maybe put a picture of my cleaned out closet or something like that. Many of you have told me that that you're exercising a lot more, that you're trying to do something daily, like in your routine of some kind of exercise. Many of you have told me that you've tried to learn a new skill. Some of you have learned how to cook. Some of you have learned a new instrument. Some of you have learned a new language and started that kind of journey. Some of you have told me that you have really become a deeper thinker. You've started taking on yoga, and you looked at some yoga videos. Some of you have told me that you've experimented and listened to different types of music and learned how to meditate. Some people have told me that they've read more books than ever before. I mean, no matter where you are, sometimes Netflix gets boring. I don't know about you. My husband and I are kind of like done with TV. Unless it's something really remarkable, it's just kind of boring. It's not something that we want to do. So, what is something, maybe reading, personal growth. Some people have told me that they have connected with their siblings and really grew a relationship, that when things were super crazy, that they really weren't spending a lot of time with their siblings. And now that they have their siblings pretty much with them all the time, that is a relationship that they've been able to foster. So, really, in this slide, you have two achievements. Personal achievements. It doesn't matter how small, but I want to learn about them. I want to see what you've done, and this kind of helps you grow. So you need to describe them. You need to explain what they are. So here I could write clean up, decluttered my life. Here, spending time with my son. Maybe a picture over here, a picture over here, and the explanation. And that's what you're getting graded on. I think that the last, big thing to take a look at here is your goals. We've had a lot of time where we can kind of sit and think about what we would do if, things were completely unrestricted. If we were back in school, if we were, doing this, what were some things that we could do differently that we can learn to grow? So your job on this slide is to come up with four specific goals that you have in mind that you either want to do over the summer, when school's done, or that you want to maybe take into the 2020-2021 school year. So specific goals, things that are measurable. Maybe, like, for example, my sister is a very avid runner. She's doing the Turnpike Channel, the Turnpike Challenge this summer, which means that she is running the same amount of miles over the course of an entire summer that are on the New Jersey State Turnpike. So maybe you have a amount of, an exercise that you feel like doing. Maybe there are a certain amount of books or type of books that you want to read. Maybe there is you know, a type of a hobby that you want to take up. Maybe you want to learn how to cook. Maybe you want to learn, things that you haven't been able to do, something this summer. You can also pick something to do next year. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and take an advanced placement course. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and, hold yourself to a standard saying, listen, I want to hold a 90 plus average or a 95 plus average in all my classes every marking period. Maybe I want to be on the honor roll every marking period. Maybe I want to, limit my time on social media or on TikTok to 20 minutes a day instead of 4 hours a day. Something that is measurable, something that will help you grow. I have a lot of goals for me as a professional. Being able to sit and really look at some of my lessons. The big question that I keep saying is I want to design a lesson, a unit really in world history and AP Econ and US 2, all those classes I'm teaching again next year. I want to have a lesson that really connects to not only the content that they have to learn, but connect it to what kids are dealing with every day. So one of my goals is to make sure that I have one unit that connects to current events in each class, no matter what, in world history, in AP Econ, in US history too. I also want to, spend more time working out and make that part of my routine. So that is something that's going to be a goal this summer because it's something that I've been able to do. During this quarantine COVID situation. I've also thought about, hey, kind of getting yourself into a routine, you cooking a little bit healthier, trying a new recipe, that kind of thing. So those are specific goals, things you haven't done yet, or maybe things that you have done and you want to continue doing. That's what we're looking for. The last thing you have to do with this project is write me a little message, kind of like what did you think about the project? How can I make it better? What did you think of online learning? What do you think of the class so far? That's what we are looking for here. So everybody has a copy of this. This is a template and classwork. Please adhere to the specific due date that is for your class and make sure that you submit this. And this will be the last big assignment that you need to worry about for this class. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're safe and I hope that you're healthy. And I really miss you. So have a good one. Bye.